My name is Gary Smith, and I will be running this event, as I mentioned earlier. Just to let you know. Now, one thing important about the Dale Carnegie Course is that it's very participatory. We always have the participants up and doing something, and we're going to do that tonight. Tonight, we'd like you to have the actual experience of what it's like to be in a Dale Carnegie course. So, and also, the energy is really key, because if you bring energy to the equation, that other person will pick up on it. And you can raise the energy level around you by bringing energy into it. This is an example of how the Dale Carnegie course is run. We do things, we discuss them. You bring your ideas, because I don't have all the answers. And you'd be really bored if I were the only one giving the answers. So we'll always be asking for your participation, your discussion, your comments, and definitely your questions. And what we find through the course is that by trying things, you will find, again, some of the chapters that really suit the way you look at life. And you'll find things that are really, really good for you, that work really well for you. And you'll find others that are either more difficult or you're not as comfortable using. And that's fine. As you go through this process, if you have questions about something and you don't think it'll work, bring it up that he's ever gone through. You're familiar with the books, I assume? There's the How to Win Friends and Influence People. Has anybody read any of the other books? How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. There's a book about public speaking. And then a number of small pamphlets. All of these will be included in the course. So over this 8-week course, you end up reading 3 very valuable business books, and a number of other materials as well that will support you in being more engaging, more enthusiastic, better communicators. In the program, we focus on what we call 5 drivers of success. Does anybody in this room feel they need better self-confidence? Okay, good. Would anybody like stronger people skills? Okay. Does anybody need to improve their communication skills? Pretty good. Okay. How about developing better leadership skills? There we go. Someone that's on board with this. And also, how about reducing stress and improving your attitude? Okay. These are what we focus on in the course. The 5 drivers of success. And what we'll ask each of you to do is to fill out a questionnaire and get very specific about where you see yourself improving your self-confidence. Specifically, what are the areas where you need to have better confidence, and how will that confidence improve your work situation, improve your success, help you achieve your goals? And for each of you, it will be different. And based on that information, when you're in the course, and I'm one of the trainers for the course, when we coach you, for example, if you say, I want to feel more comfortable standing in front of people. When you're giving reports, I will work with you to help you feel and show that you're more comfortable when standing in front of people. Or if you say, I want to be more dynamic when I'm talking to people, then we'll work on techniques to make you confident to be more dynamic standing in front of people. So we'll tailor the program to each one of your needs as we go through it. So what are the areas where you need to improve self-confidence, and why will that help you specifically in your job? Same with people skills, same with communication skills, leadership skills. Okay, so these are things that we'll define as we go through the course.
Goal towards doing something.
Good, well done. That's very well put. The first 9 relationships are about building rapport. Okay? We want people to like us. And one of the key concepts behind the Dale Carnegie course is that we cannot change people. We can only change ourselves. And by changing ourselves, we can encourage people to react differently to how we operate, how we act. So what we want to do here is get people to like us better, to build rapport with them. How can using these principles help you build more rapport, better rapport with the people you work with? Or the opposite, how would you increase indifference by not using these principles? Let's get into 2 groups. 3 of you here? 3 of you here? Take 5 minutes in your group and talk about how those principles can affect your work life. If you use them, if you don't use them. Okay, any questions? Okay, you three are together? Okay, good, thank you. Let's come back to the front now. You can stay in your groups, but we're going to have a report from each group. And what did you hear that was interesting? And which of these do you think would be the most difficult to use? Let's start over here. What you brought up as well. You have to know what that person wants before you can arouse a want in them. You've got to learn how to talk from that other person's interest so that they are excited to talk to you. They want to talk to you. They know that you're going to listen. They know that you're going to take an interest in them, so they want to share things with you. And you're talking actually about something we do later on in the course, which is called learning to disagree agreeably.
Mm-hmm.
And you brought up something in your discussion that I picked up on. What's the difference between criticizing and critiquing? And an important thing to remember about this, it does not mean you cannot correct somebody if they're doing the wrong thing. It just means be sensitive to how you're doing it, how you're talking to them. The key behind these principles is that you're going to interact with people in a way that they're going to like you more. And because they like you more, they're going to be more willing to talk to you, more willing to listen to you, and more willing to share ideas with you, and more open to your own ideas. Which then leads to the next stage, which is gaining cooperation. So we use the first 9 principles to build a better relationship with the person, so that once we have that better relationship in place, we find ways to encourage them to cooperate with us and do the things that we want them to do. And building on that, we find ways to show people that we can be strong leaders that they can trust. We already know they like us, and we already know that they're willing to work with us. And finally, what do we need to do so that they're willing to follow us? Thank you all. You did a fantastic job. It is not easy to respond to coaching, but each one of you did, and each one of you showed improvement and more power in your speaking, in your report. So that was very well done. Give yourself a hand.